Have you ever noticed that every time a space mission fails, NASA just says one line, "We're investigating the cause," and then silence. No video, no report, no follow-up signal. And before you know it, the entire project just disappears. The truth is, not everything we launch into the sky comes back. Some missions are meticulously planned and cost billions, yet within minutes of liftoff, every signal goes dark. No explosion, no debris, no explanation. What's stranger? In many cases, the government likely knows what happened, but never says a word. From probes and spy satellites to weather research missions, a lot of them weren't really about weather at all. So where did those spacecraft go? Destroyed, hacked, or sent somewhere humans were never meant to know about? Let's jump right in. Number 6. The Zuma satellite, a multi-billion-dollar mission that vanished in 7 minutes. January 2018, in the dead of night, a SpaceX Falcon 9 lifted off from Cape Canaveral. The mission, deploy a super top-secret satellite called Zuma. The US government commissioned the project, but no agency put its name on it. Elon Musk said almost nothing beyond a short line. SpaceX is responsible for the launch, the rest, no involvement. Liftoff was flawless. Stage separation, by the book. And then, every signal from Zuma vanished. No radar return, no tracking echo, nothing re-entering the atmosphere. Some military sources leaked that Zuma fell into the ocean. But here's the odd part. No explosion, no debris field. Global satellite trackers never picked up Zuma on any orbit either. In other words, it didn't fall. It didn't fly. It just ceased to exist as far as we can tell. Theories poured in. Maybe SpaceX botched the deployment and the government buried it. Maybe Zuma was an ultra-black reconnaissance satellite with a mission only a handful of people know. Or the most intriguing theory, Zuma was never lost at all. It's somewhere our current tech simply can't find. Whatever the truth, those 7 minutes remain one of the most expensive silences in spaceflight history. A mission worth billions, ending with 2 words in the report. Undetermined cause. Number 5. Venera 9, when the Soviets said they heard Venus. Long before Elon Musk dreamed of settling Mars, the Soviet Union aimed for something bolder, landing on Venus. In 1975, they launched the Venera 9 probe, the first mission to successfully touch down on that planet. Venera sent back the first images in history of Venus's surface. Dark grey rocks, a thick, choking haze, and a dim orange glow, like a scene ripped from a nightmare. But within minutes, the signal began to distort. The radio link warped and started producing sounds that didn't match any natural frequency profile. Scientists in Moscow reported hearing a deep, repeating bass, steady, like a slow heartbeat. One elderly engineer later recalled, "It sounded like breathing, but coming from beneath the rock." A few minutes later, the transmission cut out. Venera went silent for good. The official report said Venus's insane heat and crushing pressure destroyed the instruments. But some independent researchers argued the recorded audio showed cyclical structure, hinting it wasn't just natural noise. Even stranger, a few years later, the original Venera 9 audio archives were nowhere to be found. Maybe Venera didn't just see Venus. Maybe it heard something humanity wasn't ready to know. Number 4. X-37B, the US Air Force's mystery spaceplane. If there's one spacecraft that keeps researchers up at night, it's the X-37B, aka the mini space shuttle. It's about half the size of a city bus, flies without a crew, stays in orbit for years, and almost no one outside the Pentagon knows what it's actually doing up there. At first, NASA pitched the X-37B as a reusable space technology demonstrator. Sounds harmless, until the entire program was handed over to the US Air Force. From that moment on, the curtain dropped. Launched atop an Atlas V, the X-37B once operated around Earth for 780 days, more than 2 years, without any public mission details. When it landed at Edwards Air Force Base, sensors and cameras were covered. No peeking. Some experts think it's an ultra-precise spy platform that can change orbits on a dime to shadow foreign assets without being noticed. Others float wilder theories. space-based weapons testing, or even a propulsion system that hasn't been revealed to the public. On its fourth flight, the X-37B's path took it through the South Atlantic anomaly, a notorious pocket of warped magnetism that scrambles satellites. Then its signal went dark for 36 hours. No one knows what it did during that blackout. As one engineer put it, if anything is testing tech beyond our current playbook, the X-37B is your prime suspect. It came back, landed fine, mystery intact. Each time it flies, hundreds of amateur skywatchers try to track it. And almost every time, it slips off radar like it's winking at the world. Number 3. The MOL program, the secret space base that never existed. In the thick of the Cold War, while the US and the USSR were racing rockets to the sky, the US Air Force pitched a bold idea. Let's build a military outpost in orbit. They called it the Manned Orbiting Laboratory, MOL for short. The public cover story, space biology research. The real mission, spy on the Soviet Union from outside the atmosphere. Starting in 1963, engineers built MOL hardware, a small station for 2 astronauts, and a monster camera system capable of snapping license plates from orbit. Estimated cost, $3 billion then, about $30 billion today. Everything was classified. Only 8 astronauts trained. Their personnel files quietly disappeared from NASA's rolls. Then, in 1969, just as Apollo landed on the moon, MOL was suddenly cancelled. The public reason? Too expensive. But a 2015 declassified document revealed MOL had at least one real module launched on a test. After 6 trips around Earth, its signal went silent. No confirmed re-entry, no recovery data. Experts suspect the MOL module may still be drifting in a high orbit, silent, non-reflective, but occasionally caught as a faint, slow-moving dot by observatories. It doesn't match any registered satellite. If that's true, then up there, above the night sky there's a ghost base circling us still. A relic from an era when humans were willing to build in the dark, just to keep an eye on each other. Number 2. Cosmos 482, the Soviet probe. Stuck between Earth and Venus, if there were an award for the longest limbo in human spaceflight, Cosmos 482 would take the trophy. In 1972, the Soviets launched the probe in an attempt to deliver a lander to Venus, similar to the earlier Venera missions. But just minutes after liftoff, a guidance failure sent the craft off course and stranded it between Earth and deep space. Instead of heading to Venus, it fell into a stretched Earth orbit, partially functional but going nowhere. Here's the unnerving part. Cosmos 482 was built to survive Venusian hell, crushing pressure and furnace-level heat, so its structure is practically indestructible. Experts estimate it could remain drifting around Earth until sometime around 2030 before finally re-entering. In 1980, a radar station in New Zealand picked up a strange repeating radio signal on the same frequencies once used to command Cosmos 482. The waveform didn't match any known military or commercial signals. When asked, the Soviets denied any communications activity. Researchers chalked it up to solar reflections. Others insist Cosmos 482 never truly died. If that's true, then above our heads there's still an ancient, semi-autonomous spacecraft whispering faint pulses from the past. As one astronomer put it, Cosmos 482 is a ghost of the exploration era. It reminds us that sometimes what we've lost is still watching from above. Number 1. Black Knight, the 13,000-year-old ghost satellite. This is the most legendary, most debated mystery in all of skywatching, the Black Knight satellite. It starts in 1954, when American astronomers reported an unidentified object orbiting Earth. The problem? No country had launched an artificial satellite yet. The Soviet Sputnik wouldn't fly for another 3 years. In 1960, US Air Force radar reportedly detected the object again, an enormous satellite circling Earth in a retrograde orbit, opposite the direction of all man-made satellites. No beacons, no clean radar returns, just a dark mass gliding silently through the night. NASA released a blurry image in 1998, taken by the Space Shuttle Endeavour. They labeled it a dropped thermal blanket. But many observers noticed the object looked rigid, symmetrical, and reflected light in a repeating pattern. Some theories claim the black night could be the relic of an ancient civilization or an automated scout sent to Earth tens of thousands of years ago. Others say it's an ultra-secret Cold War spy project. To this day, no one truly knows. Each time the object passes, radio stations have reported odd signals, pulses repeating every 13 seconds. The frequency doesn't match any known human transmitter. Skeptics say it's interference. Believers think it's a greeting we haven't yet learned to answer. Maybe it's all technical glitches. Or maybe it's something far beyond our imagination. What keeps scientists up at night isn't just what has vanished. It's the feeling that a few of these things never went silent and are still watching. Because among the millions of objects circling Earth, there may be one that never falls. One that doesn't belong to us. That's all for today. I'll make more videos like this soon. If you enjoyed it, drop a follow and subscribe to the channel.